Hi, my name is Jennifer from Luna Yoga. Today we're going to be doing a practice for those times when you're lying on the couch and you really don't feel like doing anything, but you know that you probably should and it'll make you feel better. So we'll go ahead and start on a comfortable seated position. We're going to take it nice and easy with a seated sun salutation. So before we start, let's just raise our arms up, interlace our fingers, and we're going to press our palms up towards the ceiling. And just notice if your shoulders are lifting up too. Can you just draw the shoulders down, straighten the arms as much as you can, and then see if you can get your arms back a little bit. So I know as the shoulders are going to resist, try to pull them back. So when we sit on the couch for long periods of time, we tend to slouch forwards and everything gets sort of closed off in the front body and in the shoulders. So we're going to try to stretch that out in these next few minutes. All right, let's turn the palms face each other. Let's inhale, stretch up. And then exhale, lower your right hand to the right side, and then just bend your right elbow. Go as far as you can without lifting your left sitting bone off the ground. So glue it down to the ground. And then feel that nice stretch along the left side of your body. Should feel pretty good. Let's stretch the arms up again, reach up, and then over to the other side. Left hand down, vers le côté gauche. Maybe bending the elbow halfway, or if you can go all the way without lifting your right sit bone off the ground, go ahead and try to really extend across so you feel that stretch along the right side of your body. And then let's come all the way back up. You're going to stretch up nice and high, lengthen your spine, and then bring your hands down out in front of you and walk your hands as far forwards as you can. You can go ahead and bring your head down, maybe rest your head on the ground if it reaches. And then slide your hands back about halfway and arch your spine. So press your chest out in front of you, roll your shoulders back. Keep your hands exactly where they are and round your spine, so chin to chest. And take your hands behind you, fingers pointing forwards, roll your shoulders back and lift your chest again. So it's like you're doing a back bend and a shoulder stretch. And then come back to center. So let's do that again. This time we'll do it with our breath. So we're going to inhale, stretch our arms up, reach up. Exhale, reach to the right side, so side bending. Inhaling, stretching up, reach up. Exhale to the left side, bending the left elbow. Inhaling, stretching up. Exhaling, bringing your hands down and out in front. Stretch as far forwards as you can. Bring your head down. Inhale, slide your hands back halfway, so arch your spine, press your heart out in front. Keep your hands where they are. Exhale, round your spine. Take your hands behind you, fingers pointing forwards. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. And exhale, gently release. Nice. Let's come onto our hands and knees. And take a couple cat-cow movements to get that mobility back in our spines. So you're going to arch your spine as you inhale, roll your shoulders back, and round your spine as you exhale. So keep going nice and slow. Inhaling, arching, shoulders back. And when you exhale, bring your chin to your chest, your belly button to your spine. One more time, inhale. And exhale. And then come back to neutral. Let's tuck our toes under. We're going to come into downward facing dog pose. So probably need to adjust the hands and feet a little bit. Maybe walk the hands forwards a tiny bit. Press the hips nice and high. Press the shoulders towards the knees. You can shake out your head, so nod your head no. Yes. Just move around a little bit. Maybe move the hips side to side. Or bend one knee and then the other knee. Just loosening up the joints. Let's come into plank pose. So our shoulders over our wrists. So hands and feet stay in the same place for plank as they do for downward dog. So one more breath here. Inhale, just waking up the core muscles, firing them up. Exhale, lower your knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, glide into low cobra. So just lift your head and your chest. Make a point of really pulling your elbows towards each other so you get that shoulder opening. And then press into your hands Bring your seat to your heels, tuck your toes, come back into downward facing dog. Stretch your right leg up behind you, and then step your right foot between your hands and lower your left knee to the ground. So you're in a nice low lunge. Let's come up and bring our hands onto our front knee and just shift the weight into the back knee for a moment so you can square off your hips. So you want to try to pull the right hip back and drop the tailbone down. And then gently press your hips forwards again so you get into that nice hip stretch. If you want to stay with your hands on your hips, you can stay there. Otherwise, raise your arms up so your palms either face each other, or you could even bring your hands together. I like to interlace my fingers and point my index finger straight up. And then start to arch back just slightly to get a tiny back bend and try to get the shoulders or the arms back beside the ears. Get a little shoulder stretch. One more breath. And then exhale, release. Lower your hands to the ground. And let's see if we can try to straighten out this right leg, the front one. And come onto the right heel so we can stretch out the back of the right leg. Those hamstrings get tightened up if we don't keep stretching them. So breathe in, long spine, breathe out, folding maybe a little deeper. One more time, breathe in and breathe out. Okay, let's bend the right knee and let's step back into our downward dog. And let's do the other side. So left leg lifts. And then step the left foot forwards between the hands. So remember, we're doing our lunge first. So let's bring the hands onto the front knee or the front thigh and then shift the weight back. Let's square off our hips. So we're going to pull the left hip back a little. We're going to make sure we're not overarching already. So we're pulling the belly in, lengthening the tailbone, and from there, pressing the hips forwards. So then we feel the stretch really in the front of the right thigh and the right hip, and no tension in the low back. So raise your arms up if you like for a second variation. You can interlace your fingers like you did on the other side, and maybe choose to bring your arms back beside your ears as much as possible to get that shoulder stretch and to get that nice opening in the front body. One more deep, full breath. And then exhale, release. So we're going to try to straighten the front leg as much as we can and flex that front foot. I know it's a deep stretch, but it's good. Think about lengthening your upper body as well. You want to try not to be rounded in the pose. So you want to try to press your heart out, roll your shoulders back. If you have more flexibility, then you can think about folding over the left leg. You're going to feel this gets your blood circulation going too. Hopefully warm you up a little bit. Okay, let's bend the left knee, step back, downward facing dog pose. And then let's inhale, come forwards into plank. We're going to come down onto our bellies. So you want to just get comfortable there. Walk your hands back. So like I said before in Cobra, make sure your elbows aren't out. You want to pull them back. And by pulling the elbows towards each other, we're going to get that nice shoulder opening. Let's come up a little higher. So don't need to push too much. Just use your breath more. Inhale. Exhale. Keep lengthening the legs. One more. And then exhale, lower yourself all the way down. You could turn your head to one side if you want. Rest your head on your hands. Maybe move your hips side to side a little bit. And then let's take our arms alongside our bodies this time. Interlace our fingers, and we're going to roll the shoulders back. See if you can get your hands off of your lower back. Lift your legs as well. Breathe here. 1, 2, really stretching the front body. 3, keep lifting the arms. 4, one more, and 5. Good. Release your hands. You can cross your forearms, turn your head to the other side. Relax your head on your hands. Shake your hips side to side. And then let's come to the center and we're going to push back onto our knees. So we're going to try doing hero's pose. If you have a cushion nearby or a block, I always recommend doing it with a block or a cushion. So you have your knees together, your feet apart, and then you put the block right between your feet so that you're sitting on the block. Okay, if it's comfortable for you to do this without the block, then that's fine too. You can just sit down in between your feet right on the ground. Okay, and if you have a strap or a belt nearby, that comes in handy. So we're gonna start by raising the right arm up, bend the right elbow, and you're gonna just place your left hand on your right elbow to sort of guide it up and back. And that might just be where you stay for now, for today, or you could try taking the strap, dangling it behind your back, and then taking the left arm behind you and reaching for the strap with your left hand. So I'll show you what that looks like from the back. Couple more breaths here. Maybe you won't need the strap, then you're just reaching your fingers together. Either way, trying as best as you can not to overarch in your spine, so drawing your tailbone down and just breathing into your shoulders. Good, gently release, and let's do the other side. So you're gonna raise your left arm up, bend your elbow, and reach for your elbow with your right hand. So you can stay like that in first variation, or you can go ahead and grab your strap or your belt, hang it from your left hand, and then reach around with your right and see if you can link your hands together. If not, just keep walking your hands towards each other on the strap. Close your eyes. Again, find that lift in the front of your body, lengthening in the back body. 2 more breaths. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. 1 more deep inhale. And deep exhale. Good. Gently release the strap. So this is a nice way to stretch out our ankles as well. So you can go ahead and come into downward dog. So you're going to take out the block if you had one, or the book or anything, and then come into downward dog just to stretch out your ankles in the other direction. Okay. And then we'll just lower our knees down, and we're going to cross our ankles. We're going to come onto our backs. We can continue opening up the front body and the shoulders. So feet hip distance apart. Setting up for bridge pose. Press your lower back towards the mat. And then press into your feet. See if you can lift your tailbone, lower back, middle back, come as high as you can. Interlace your fingers and roll your shoulders under. Okay, so staying there with your head in the center. Creating a bit of a tripod between your 2 shoulders and your head. Two more breaths. And gently release your hands. Lower yourself down. Bring the bottoms of your feet together, your knees out to the side. And let's make a cactus shape with our arms. So just bending your elbows. So you've got a straight line from one elbow to the next. Close your eyes. Feel the support of the earth, the ground beneath you, and then just let gravity do the work. Okay, and then gently lower your arms down. We're going to do one last movement. Let's bring our knees into our chest. We're going to stretch the legs up. So going upside down is a great way to sort of motivate yourself to to change things up. So if you feel like you're stuck on the couch and having a hard time getting off of it, going upside down is a great way to sort of change it up. You can roll out your ankles while you're here. And if it's really tough to keep your legs up, you can always hold on to your legs with your hands or with a strap around your feet. Inversions are also really good for all your senses, for your eyes, your ears, your nose. Great boost to your immune system. Inhale. And then let's lower the legs down nice and slow on the count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, let's roll onto our right sides. We'll come up to seated. That's it. I hope you feel better and ready to take on the rest of your day or your evening. Feel free to check on our other videos if maybe that little sequence got you more motivated. All right. Bye.